people are tired of seeing the beginnings of these videos where I'm like, hang on, I got to change it over to public or whatever. Well, too bad. You got to wait. Hang on a second.
Yo, how do you be deciding what music to play at the beginning of the Jones and shit?
How do I do what? Like, how do I get music to play and shit?
Joint you got like music playing.
Yeah.
What? How do you just say fuck it, whatever you think of, you just play that, or?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it'll usually have something to do with either the guest or like the subject matter. You know what I mean? Like, that's why it's like something always different every episode. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, play some Frank Sinatra and shit.
you think that's what, for this episode? You think you're a Frank Sinatra kind of guy?
No, I just said it'd be something to be like, what the fuck is he playing? Oh yeah, Jeez on there. What the fuck is he playing Frank Sinatra for?
Oh yeah, well I think My Way comes to mind when we think of Black Jeez. That's for sure.
There you go.
Well, I mean, since we have launched, I'd like to welcome everyone to the show. Episode 45 is Struggling with Sozio. As you can see tonight, my guest is one half of the blackest motherfuckers on the planet, Black Jeez. Wesley Snipes, of course, next to Wesley Snipes, of course. You know, this is before Wesley Snipes. You know, as Charlie Murphy would say. But welcome to the show, my man. One of my best friends from wrestling and in life, Mr. Nell Kittrell, Black Jeez. What's up, buddy?
And you just gonna throw the whole government name out there, huh, Mr.
The way it's printed on your license. The way it's printed on your I'm gonna put your address out there next, you son of a bitch.
Oh man.
How you making out this evening, cuz?
Oh, I'm chilling. Doing good. How you doing, man? How's it feeling?
Good, man. Everybody's good. We're just out here in the middle of South Central PA nowhere, doing our thing, man. Just trying to stay safe from all the crazy shit that's been going on the last 6-7 months.
Yeah.
And hopefully you and the fam are too, you know?
Yeah, we chilling. I mean, I'm antisocial anyway, so with the whole just don't go anywhere, I'm fine.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. And certainly anybody that follows you on social media knows that you've built your own goddamn World's Gym in your garage.
Hell
so
yeah.
you don't have to fucking go anywhere. You got the church's dungeon. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
But yeah, dude. So I mean, you and I go back to 2003. So there are a million things we could fucking get into. You know, from the time we started training at the Dub. Like I said, back in 2003, fucking doing tryout matches in front of John, to like so many things, dude. Winning our first championships against each other, versus each other. You know, all the fucking feuds. There's tons of shit, man. We've lost a lot of friends along the way. I mean, it's fucking wild shit, dude.
Found out that like people we thought were friends in the long run weren't friends. You know what I mean?
Oh, of course. Oh, yeah. I mean, but I guess that's show business, as we came to find out. You know what I'm saying? Fucking But what exactly? Yeah, one memory came to mind. I was thinking about shit earlier. It was probably like 2007-ish when me and you were working. I think you Rest of Blackout might have been out there, and I was out there with Derek and shit. You must have been mouthing off to the crowd or whatever, and my mom threw like a whole bottle of water. And like the whole fucking bottle of water emptied out onto you, and you didn't know who it was.
Your mom did that?
Yeah.
Yo, that's funny as hell, yo.
And like you were trying to jump the fucking guardrail, and everybody had to hold you back. You were ready to kill her, and rightfully so, and rightfully fucking so. All these fucking years later, like I wanted to let you know that I think that was it was 100% my mom that fucking did that shit.
Oh shit, yo! I had no idea. Crazy.
Yeah, you know, she's one of them moms that took the shit just like way too serious.
You probably was like, Mom, if this black throw something at his little ass.
No, it was probably the other way around. It was probably like, that no good hit my son. You know. Hang on, what did Missy say here? Nell is awesome. Hang on. A comment here. Nell is awesome and deserves to be making millions. That is correct, Missy Sampson.
Thank you, Missy. Appreciate that. I agree. I definitely
Yeah,
agree.
this is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, I carry on quite a bit about it on social media, and I know my man Jeez has been vocal about it as well. But you know, he's not the church's money for no reason. Money is money, and he
Yeah,
needs to be on TV.
I definitely should be. I mean, like when we think about like people that we know that got contracts or whatever, like try to be good tonight. But I mean, I'll just say this: there's a lot of people that have contracts that I'm better than in every way. As arrogant as that might sound, that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about promos, character portrayal, being relatable, you know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. I'm better than a lot of these cats, but they get the opportunities I don't.
Oh yeah, and I mean, uh, I'll wear the crown of like king bitter or whatever. A lot of times people want to throw shade at me for having a particular attitude about things like you just talked about. You know what I mean? But it's not that. You know what I mean? It's just the fact that guys like you and me, we come from more of an old school of thought and teaching and practice when it comes to professional wrestling, and we just don't see a lot of that anymore,
Right.
or there's just not a lot of value in it anymore. There's just not the
Yeah.
same amount of value that there used to be.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's true. True.
you're frozen for some reason. I don't know how it looks on your end. Um,
Nah,
but
you good.
I can hear you just fine, and that's really all that matters. I'm sure the video will straighten out. But
All right.
our boy Chad Henry had some questions for you. He was wondering whose idea Blackout was, and how did that really all come together?
I mean, it would probably I probably have to say it's probably Zandik's idea. It was either Zandik or Ruckus's idea. Because like
Right,
when it started, like remember like Robbie was a ring announcer. So then they took him from doing that and they put him and Ruckus together. And then they was doing like vignettes or whatever because they was just gonna be together. And then they just added me and Joker to it. Like I don't know if John was like we just gonna put all you guys together. We're gonna put you and the little black guy together. That type. I don't know if it was him or if like John had an idea. If maybe John was looking at it like he's gonna put Claude and Robbie together, and then Claude might have been like, "Yo, put Nell and Bill in the group with us too, and we'll just be a whole stable, or whatever." I don't really know. I just
right.
know that they pushed together and we just rolled with it.
Okay, yeah. So it was initially kind of a John thing that you guys all obviously had some creative input on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. I'm assuming John. I'm assuming. I mean, it wasn't my idea because you remember like me and Bill, we were still new there, so we hadn't earned our
sure.
stripes yet, so we wouldn't even be able to suggest anything yet. So it had to be either John, Robbie, or Claude's idea. I'd say.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was also wondering just thoughts on working babyface.
For the longest time, I tried to avoid it because I was scared of being a babyface because I wasn't good at it at all. Like, but just try to stay heel all the time. Whenever I had to be babyface, I try to come up with some type of reason of why I should be the heel. You know what I'm saying? And then like eventually, I was just put in a position where I had to be a babyface, so I just tried to embrace it, and it took a long time. I think like now I'm used to it now. Like I know how to do it now, but for the longest time. I wasn't good at it because I didn't want to commit to it. I just had a fear of it. I just felt like I would just come across like real corny. Like I'll come across natural as a heel, but in fact I'd be a babyface, it would just be like real corny. You know what I'm saying? People wouldn't cheer.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know what, too. I think when you talk about that, as you're talking about it, I'm thinking about it as well because, most people know, and certainly you do. I spent most of my career as a heel, and like
Mhm.
just a very little bit at the tail end was I ever, I guess, a baby face, quote unquote.
Right.
Uh, but the reason it sucks and it's so unnatural is because I feel like there's only so many lanes for being a baby face that you can like portray. But when
Yeah.
it comes to being a heel, there's like a lot of different characters you can be. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
just not, well, as it pertains to pro wrestling. You know what I mean? There's just not a
Mhm.
whole lot of like baby faces you could be other than like, yeah, come on. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
It
But
gets
I think
kind of
like now,
corny.
I think like now, like I think it's easier for me now because like I don't have to stop being the same character. I can be the same character as heel and face. I just gotta like go about it differently. Like maybe like get the heel to cheat first, and then it's open season. You know what I'm saying? Because you already told the audience that this other person is the bad guy, and you're gonna cheer for me. So then you just gotta. I think I have it figured out now. But I still rather be a heel than babyface though.
And then I guess his third question and last question was, I guess, who some of your heroes and inspirations were in wrestling.
Eddie Guerrero, Jushin Liger, uh, Shinjiro Otani, Takaiwa, pretty much the whole New Japan junior heavyweight division in the '90s. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then
Oh yeah.
like Tully Blanchard, Too Cold Scorpio. I got a
Oh fuck
lot, man.
yeah.
I could go on and on all day. You know what
Oh
I'm
hell
saying?
yeah. Yeah. As you were naming them, I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I knew for sure you were a big Eddie guy, but I was
Yeah,
just trying to think of some of who some of your other ones were.
yeah.
Maven had commented. He wanted. He said the Great Blazini. I think. If anybody doesn't know about that, if you want to tell
Oh man.
anybody about that fucking incident.
Yeah, so Blazini, like I first met Blazini in Vineland when we was wrestling for this company in Vineland, WWC in Vineland, where the promoter told us that like he went way back with Carlos Colon, like he was lying, he was BSing,
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
right,
So
right.
I met Blazini there, and he's a good dude, you know what I'm saying? He's a cool dude. Then I hadn't seen him for years, and the next time I saw him was at CZW that night when the Blazini became synonymous with damn, that's a hell of a word right there, bro.
Well,
Synonymous.
he basically created the word, like, or created the scenario for when you blow your debut. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, anytime somebody was about to debut, like we were like, yeah, don't Blazini out there. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like that was kind of like, fucking don't fuck up out there. The dude, like, yeah. So needless to say, he was like this black and green sort of like high flyer, looked like some sort of Mortal Kombat reptile
Mhm.
looking son of a bitch. And he was working what, you and Ruckus in a tag or something, was it?
No, I think it was when
Because I
CZW was
know.
doing that tag. I think they was doing that tag tournament, and
Okay, okay,
Ruckus and Human Tornado were a team.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I knew
Ruckus and
Ruckus
Human.
like kicked him, or one of you guys kicked the dude on the way down, on his way
Yeah, that was
down.
me. I think. Yeah, I think Ruckus and Tornado was teaming. Was they wrestling? I can't remember. Was they wrestling the other blackout?
They must have been. I guess. I'm
I
just trying
think
to
I
think of.
think I think they was wrestling them, and then I think they won the match, and then I did a run in because that was when remember when me and Joker left to go to PWU, and then
Oh, right, right,
I came back like right away
right,
because
right, right.
PWU was trash.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
You found out real fast that was fucking
Yeah.
trash.
So then I came back, and I did a run in, and then Blazini did a run in. So then he was I think he drop kicked us out. We go out of the ring. Then he tried to springboard to do his big spot. And then he slipped on the ropes, jumped up, slipped again. So then like the second time he
Fell
fell
back
down,
into the ring. Yeah, he fell
yeah, he
back
fell
into
back
the
in the
ring.
ring. So then me and Claude, we just looked at each other and without even saying anything, I think we both knew what we had to do. So when he went up and went to jump on us, we both moved out of the way. And I kicked him to slow his I tried to slow him down on the way down, and
Didn't do shit.
he just ate shit. And then Xander got mad. Well, Xander got mad about it in the back. Like he got mad at Claude. He blamed Claude. Like whenever me and Joker did anything that Xander didn't like, he yelled at Ruckus about it. You know what I'm saying? He was like he would just take it out on Claude. So yeah,
Well,
he yelled at Claude. Claude told me. like he yelled at Claude about he yelled at Ruckus about it. He's like, the kid could have died. So he's like, well, if we would have caught him and fell down, we would have looked like idiots. And he's like, well, the kid could have died. You shouldn't have done it.
You
But we
shouldn't
didn't look like idiots. I mean, it came off better that we moved out of the way. It's more memorable that
he wouldn't have died either. He would have. He's
nah.
okay. Like, come on, John, relax. Yeah, but speaking of that, I queued up a few things that I thought were fucking important for us to share, or things that were like hilarious from my career or your career or our career. So speaking of dives and like not catching somebody, I got this queued up because this is fucking fantastic.
Yo. Is this when you didn't catch me?
Hang on, let me see if I can lower this. Look.
You're supposed to go through the middle rope, asshole.
Nice catch, asshole.
Oh.
Nice catch, asshole.
Yo,
what
I remember I got
shit,
pissed when I hit
Watch.
the floor, man.
And this is fantastic. Look how fucking angry, which you should be angry. And then I'm like, relax.
Yo,
I love this shit, dude.
Yo, my back was killing me after.
Oh, I'm sure it was. That's what happens when your friends don't know how to catch you on fucking dives and shit. Like I had to think real hard about like when that was. So I was like searching around earlier. I was like, okay, where the fuck is that match? What show was that? And I ballparked it and I figured it out.
Yeah,
that was a good series. I remember because like this was the match with me and Dan Barry versus you and Pepper. Yeah, and then I ended up working you and Pepper with Tremont later too, which was a lot of fun. Really,
yeah. And the match we had in November, the month before Cage of Death, that was really good too.
Fuck yeah, dude!
That promo you did was a classic too. You got that one queued up?
Oh, of course I do.
Yo, that promo was classic, bro.
You know what, folks? Before I cue that up, I'd like to say that, you know, that because we're in such a time of peace and racial harmony, I figured that now would be the best time to pull out this promo here. Let me just, I'll cue that up for everybody. That is here. Just a moment. I got to make sure the audio is on. Were you able to hear the audio for that dive or no?
I couldn't hear it.
Okay. All right. I didn't check the box before, so I got it now. I'm still new to this fucking this nonsense here.
Wasn't in the game, I can admit that. And tonight, I didn't get pinned. Alex Colon got pinned, but I'm not even worried about that loss. We have bigger fish to fry tonight.
You have bigger fish to fry? Excuse me. What I meant to say is we have chicken to fry. See, BLK Jeez, knocking over a 7-Eleven does not make you world champion in this company. Not knowing who your real dad is does not make you the CZW world champion. You and your family collecting welfare checks
heinous
doesn't make you the world champion. Pinning the world champion makes you the world champion, BLK Jeez. So let me tell you a quick little story about this black lady one time who thought it would be better to sit in the front than the back. Well, that lady had more balls than you, asshole. All right? And you're going to find out after tonight that you belong in the back. You're not going to be on the posters. You're not going to be on the marquee, BLK Jeez, because I'm taking up that spot right now. I'll see you in the ring, asshole.
Hang on now.
Look at Nicolas Cage. He was loving it.
He was. He took it a little too serious, probably. He's like, yeah, we're going to get him. Yeah. No, that's not true at all. And I would also like to take a moment to blame Rob Dimension 1,000% for that promo. It was mostly his idea. That's not true. It was half my idea, half his idea. But, you know, that was some fucking solid work right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you know what? Like what I'm going to play next here. Well, what just follows here is I think your segment. And the reason that we went that route and we played so much on the racial shit was because your character was doing that as well. Like your character was hell bent on claiming racism, and that's for your lack of opportunities things.
Right.
So yeah, let's see that shit.
Here I am with the Black Jeez, who
Fuck
goes
you,
one-on-one for the CZW World Heavyweight Championship against Sozio in the front. What are your thoughts on tonight?
You really want my thoughts? Or are you just doing this for the boss? Like, are you fronting right now? Huh? Are you? Do you really want to know? Because I don't think CZW really wants to know. I told everybody my thoughts a couple of weeks ago, and people still hating on it. People were still running their mouth. So why should I tell you my thoughts? I think it's time for CZW to have a black world champion. Like, seriously. Okay. Ever since I've been here, like, I've done things outside of CZW, and they still don't give me what I want. People
Look how
want to see
comfortable Kyle is. He's
so you come here, you asking me what I want. I say it like this. I'm taking that title off Sozio tonight. Why are you looking at me like that? How you feel about it? Who you think should be world champion? Huh? Sozio or me? What you think? Because I don't like how you looking at me. You looking at me a certain way. No. You looking at me like you just sitting there thinking, oh man, I got to interview this nigga. Huh? Is that how you think?
No, stop. We can't keep doing this.
I can't do it, man.
Come on, man. Look, just cut, guys. We can't
cut.
Yeah, I told you before. You can't.
What the fuck you mean you told me before? You can't tell me shit, dude.
Look,
over the years, you've turned into a real bitch-ass dude, Rob. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Come on, now.
Look, stop.
No, get the fuck out of here, man.
Come on, man.
Back up. Get the fuck away from me. You don't come in, you tell me what to do, man. I say what the fuck I want.
Please.
Why don't you just go kiss the boss's ass and go suck the boss off like you've been through? Get the fuck away from me.
Whoa. Hey, calm down. No, take it easy, man. Take it easy. Come on, it's all right. It's all good. Guys,
man.
Stay back.
Hey, who's that guy?
It's cool. You all right?
I'm all right.
Yeah, you all right?
Come on,
what the fuck is going on?
Fuck out of here, man.
What are you doing?
Are you the voice of reason now?
No, I saw
That's
you
what it
causing
is?
trouble over here.
I was causing trouble?
Yeah.
You come in here and you just assume it's me causing trouble. You don't think it was them?
Well, no, it could have
Fuck
been
you
them.
mean maybe?
It could have been them. I don't know.
It could have been.
Yeah, it could
How
have.
about it was them?
All right, fine. It was them. Who cares? Who cares?
Fucking Jew ass, bitch ass nigga.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yo, man.
Yo, I'm telling you, man. Dude, shit was solid, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Dude,
that was a fun time, man. Like,
Dave Dawson here commented just now, CZW at its best years. This rules. And you're absolutely right, Dave Dawson. It was.
The crazy thing is like we had to fight for like certain stories, you know what I'm saying? Because the owner had his favorites, you know what I'm saying? The owner always wanted to go with something that was corny, you know what I'm saying? And then like we would come up with stuff that's way better than what he wanted, and we would have no support. You know what I'm saying? Like we all confident about what we do, but you know what I'm saying? It's always cool if like the boss, you know what I'm saying, supports what you want to do. You know what I mean? We don't necessarily need it, but it's always it's a good feeling. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this clown, he always, I don't know what it was about that dude, man. But like that whole story, like from the time that we started the run of me trying to go after the belt or whatever, that entire time, like I guess like all of that stuff kicked off and like I don't know, but the entire time we had to fight for it.
Yeah, it was probably from like September forward because like you were, I think, kind of like on a singles tear or a little bit that year. Like that's what you had kind of been doing. And then like I guess there had been like some plans had changed for the world title, and we decided that the best choice was you at Cage of Death. So we had to make sense of it really quick.
Yeah, I know what happened. Like leading into it, this is what was going to happen. Like we wanted to do a Dangerous Alliance group, and it was going to be me, Joker, Pepper Parks, Cherry Bomb, and Papa Don. We wanted to do that. Like we took a promo picture in the back with Blake. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
We wanted to run with that, but then like it didn't pan out. So then like I think 1 month I wrestled Pepper Parks, and then I wrestled Papadon, and then me and Joker tag. We wrestled Alex Reynolds and Johnny Silver. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like that shit. This shit was crazy, man. This shit, man. Just thinking back to that, so that stuff, that was some fun times, bro.
Yeah,
And then
dude.
like when then our match in November of that year, and then people was like trashing the Cage of Death match before it happened, and then like when it happened, they was all on our dick about it. You
Yeah,
know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying?
Yeah, dude. I'll be honest. Like I was a little bit worried, um, because we were under the gun a little bit. Like, uh, I guess the cage of death match was supposed to be somebody else, and then that fell through several months before. So we were like, all right, well
Yeah,
then,
I think wasn't Dickinson supposed to be in it? He was supposed to get the belt. I
I think,
think.
yeah, yeah. But I
Maybe
mean,
it was
besides
something.
that, like I think I'm just talking about like as it pertains to the cage of death match,
Oh,
not
okay.
not
Yeah,
necessarily
yeah. It wasn't it supposed to be. Was it supposed to
maybe
be
like
Dickinson?
Brig,
Was it supposed to be Dickinson and DJ or something like that? And they had
maybe.
a falling out or something.
Maybe. I thought Dickinson was supposed to be the one in your spot, to be honest. And
Oh,
then
okay.
they
Yeah,
changed
yeah, yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He was. He
But
was.
they had a falling out, and that's why Dickinson left at the time, like, or he left the company for whatever reason. I don't
Yeah.
remember. Who cares? But yeah, I mean, I'm glad it all fucking happened the way that it did.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah, I think it makes more sense that way, and there's people that have told me, that I should have held the title longer or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, but who cares? As long as what I was doing while I had it made sense and like transitioning the way that it did, you know me, dude. Like I was always a team player when it came
Yeah.
to that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Like,
you definitely were. You definitely were. Like, so it was
you know,
selfless. You know what I'm saying? Because like you had a strong run going on, and then like you being a team player, like you okayed it. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, oh
For
yeah,
what happened, you okayed it. And even if you didn't want to, it wouldn't have been. It'd have been fine. You know what I'm saying? But like
sure,
you being
we could have
professional,
figured it out.
exactly. But you being professional, you being selfless. You know what I'm saying? You looked out. Like I
Yeah,
always appreciate that. Like I remember like
yeah,
when I pitched the idea of going for the belt or whatever. Like I remember the first person I talked to about it was Gulak, and I gave him like the whole story of what I was thinking. He liked it, and then I was like, fat ass is going to be crying about it. He's like, I think you should tell him. I was like, all right, cool, because like my whole plan was to get the title and lose it to Jake Chris because I wanted to feud with Jake. You know what
yeah,
I'm
that would have
saying?
been fucking
Yeah,
good,
yeah. That
dude.
was my
I'm
whole. That
sad
was
that
my
that
whole
never
goal.
happened.
That was my whole goal. Like get the belt, have it for a few months as a heel, and
Yeah.
then feud with Jake and drop it to Jake. But then that didn't pan out.
Damn, that's fucked up. Like
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
serious. Like you just saying that, I'm like, man, that would have been fucking good.
yeah.
You guys would have worked well together. Damn,
Mhm. Like
that's
every time we ever wrestled, we had instant chemistry. And then you remember,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
then we could have played off of what happened like at Cage of Death that year when uh when we did the angle where it was like the match fell apart and we was all fighting and it was a like almost a riot in the building. Remember that year?
Uh,
It was me and Ruckus versus the Chris.
yes,
And
yes.
then
What
we did the
that was
spots
at a
where
that was at a cage. That was at a
yeah,
cage.
that was at a cage of death.
Okay. Yeah, I remember it happening because like you guys worked everybody. Like
Yeah,
most of us
like we
didn't
didn't
know
tell
either.
anybody. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
only
yeah.
people that knew was us in the match, and then
Right.
Maven knew.
Okay.
None of the people being security knew. Nobody, because we wanted everybody to have a natural reaction. And like for
Perfect.
the longest time, people thought it was for real.
Yeah,
But
dude. I did in the moment. I did in the moment till everybody got backstage and broke kayfabe. I was like, "You fucking
yeah,
assholes!" You
that
guys
was
are
fun
assholes.
too. That was fun. Dreamer shit on it though.
Oh, well, of course. You know what? I've come to find out about that dude, and I've only met him a handful of times, but he seems like the kind of guy like DJ where if it's not his fucking idea, he's probably not behind it. You know what I mean? And I don't know. That's just how he's kind of come across to me. And when I get a vibe about somebody, it's usually pretty good. But I don't know.
The crazy thing is, man, like I thought, like I assumed that like somebody like him would have appreciated it because of how they did things
Right.
in ECW. But
Yeah.
he didn't. He thought it was whack. Like he shit on it. I was surprised. I was like, oh, for real? I was like, all right. That didn't hurt
Yeah.
my feelings or anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Man, that was some fun times.
Yeah, dude. I was just thinking about that, but well, why you were talking about Cage? That was the only other thing I had queued up. I figured we'd share a few of those. What I have queued up is like some of our final moments of the match, where basically leading up to the end, I guess, really. But some of the fucking stupid shit that we did, and I guess before we even talk about that, like, what was it, 2006? I think we did Ultraviolet Underground against each other. We did
Yeah.
that hardcore shit. I remember it was like February because it was wintertime. Like I remember we did it in the wintertime, and like John had us do some shit at the arena, and you know, I just want to point out that we were wrestling in front of nobody and hurting ourselves for very little money before it was fucking cool. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, before it was the fucking new cool thing to do, we were doing
exactly.
shit. But yeah, I'm sorry, what?
Now I remember people was like coming at me because like I was doing a death match fully covered up. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I was. I didn't want scars. Like, come on, man. Like people would be like, oh, he did all that. He was fully covered up. He's a pussy. Like, all right, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't want to get cut up. You know?
Yeah, fuck it, dude. Yeah, a guy didn't have a shirt on, but that was fucking, in hindsight, stupid. You know, but and you know what else too? Like, this is 2006 during a time when, you know, neither one of us is particularly tall. You know what I mean? And so we already had the cards like stacked against us. So you know what I mean? So like if we were going to get a look, or we were going to get a chance at that time, and we're talking 2006, where this is the era of 6'2", 220 to even look at your resume. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like you said, like to be concerned about getting all fucking scarred up isn't really that crazy, you know, and fuck everybody. But let me see what I got here. If I can fucking do this shit again. Cage of Death 16. Fun shit. Yeah, so needless to say, folks, we don't know why we do the things we do or participate in this crazy shit, but we love it. You know what I mean? I don't know. Here we go.
Placing that glass on top. The match goes, you know, this is the match that can end careers. And Black Jeez plans on doing that to Sozio, it looks like. Black Jeez now. It looks like he's gonna fly.
You know what else is crazy too, man? Like we put a lot of this together like probably at intermission of the show. You know what I mean? Like we were all just like fucking around, being a bunch of nervous wrecks all day, doing our thing. Like, yeah, it'll come together. And then at like intermission, we're like, we should probably put this together, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
It worked out.
Top of that cage.
It worked out though because like
I remember practicing this in the locker room.
Huh?
Said I remember practicing this in the locker room on like a bench.
Cage in that 6. A catch flow. Both men now jockeying for position. Oh no. Oh, this is not looking good for Sozio.
Fuck.
Go for the cover, Jeez. Go for the cover. Black Jeez risking his own well-being to take out the champion.
Like, were you ever like worried or panicking at any point during this?
During the match? Nah.
Yeah.
I wasn't panicking at all, and I wasn't nervous or anything because like it's 4 dudes in there that we all know what we're doing. We all know how to perform in front of the crowd. We all know what our character is about. So like I ain't have any fear at all. I mean, I didn't want. Well, I had concern about glass like getting in my eye or something like that, but aside from that, nah, I was fine.
Yeah.
Then, like, when people was trashing the match before it happened, that made me even more hungry. You know what I'm saying? Like I like every time somebody gets that way about something I'm involved in, like that just hypes me up even more.
Oh, for sure. I guess I just meant like I didn't know if you got any like cuts during the match that not that turned out to be serious, but sometimes you're looking at it and you're like, oh fuck, is this one serious? Like, you know, like sometimes I'm watching the match back and I'm looking at like there's this one spot on my hand that it's just like really fucking juicy looking. You know what I mean? And it's like in the moment, I don't think I was even thinking about it, but looking at it, I look like you know, Bruce Willis at the end of every fucking Die Hard movie.
No, you know what though? You know what? Like thinking back to the match, like I've watched this match a bunch of times, and like
Yeah, of course.
one thing I don't like is like my selling in different parts of it. Like my
Really?
selling, yeah, like my selling,
Well, I
like
was
my
just like,
selling
watch
here,
right here. Like I thought this was fine. Watch this shit.
yeah, but like you know, yeah, but it's just like a dead cell. Like for something like that, I should have been like more dramatic about it. Like my body
I know
flails.
what you mean.
You know what
I know what you mean. I know what you're saying, but also I feel like we maybe talked about it, and I think we decided that like because of like, you know, the extra height on it or whatever, that like the move would be that like you're dead. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I think we did talk about it because like because afterwards I was thinking I didn't sell your move.
there it is. Did you see that fucking shit? I was like, my hand is so gnarly looking. I was like, what the? But yeah, like I don't, you know, I know what you're saying because I'm a perfectionist too, and I worry about all that shit.
Yeah, because like I was worried about like not selling your move enough, and I think you was like, I think that's what you told me. You was like, nah, because of that situation, it should have been a dead sell. It shouldn't have been like a overly dramatic type deal. So I was like, all right, cool. You were cool with it. It's cool.
Yeah, I mean, and to be honest, like, you know, just to disagree with you a little bit, I was really happy with both of our like timing and pacing from the time that it just was the two of us. I was real happy with the speed of everything.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
You know, because we couldn't we couldn't brawl and kill each other the way that guys like Draymond and Danny Havoc did. You know what I mean? We couldn't do that. So we had to incorporate a little bit more of that 90s and early 2000s sports entertainment style.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That sort of pace.
Yep.
Like and even this sort of shit, like this really like psychological stuff, like, oh fuck, like you're gonna handcuff me to this, and that's gonna add a new element to this match, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely something I'll always hold in high regard as like a crowning achievement, you know?
Yeah, I mean, think about it, like 10 years before that, neither one of us would have been able to like have good pacing, have good storytelling, selling psychology. Neither one of us would have been able to do that because we would feel like we got to rush through everything.
Yeah. Or yeah, we just would have been too excited, and our ears like wouldn't have been as trained as they are now. You know what I mean? Like I think that's something that just comes with years of doing it, like just being able to pace everything based on what the crowd's doing too, you know?
Yep.
Oh no, the epic fucking weed whacker. Let's see here. The commentary is pretty good. These fucking kicks.
Look at the fear in the eyes of Sozio.
Oh fuck. CTE, baby. CTE.
That was probably for not catching me on that dive.
no, that well, yeah, I was gonna say probably from earlier in our career because the other one was after this. So that's why I didn't catch you, basically.
And it's showing right here. He came prepared for this matchup. Black Jeez has been in true wars before.
And you know what else? I've talked about this before, but I'll just say it again here. This was my idea, and the reason I wanted to do this, and a lot of people think it's fucking crazy, is because it avoided. I mean, you at this point in your career had already done some crazy shit off the top of a cage, and I was 32 or 30. Yeah, I think 32 years old at the time. So like, oh boy. Oh, spit in the face. Ah! Motherfucker. I was like, no. I was like, watch my nipples, asshole.
But Sozio's not quitting though. He said you're gonna have to kill him for that title. Black Jeez, that's all it's
I don't know what I was saying there.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Right across the chest now. Oh, God. God. God, stop it. Stop
Yo,
it.
didn't you at some point
What?
when I was going crazy with the weed work, you was like, all right, it's enough, motherfucker.
No, I don't know. I probably did. Who knows? Because I mean, people will kill me for saying this, but like this one, it wasn't as bad as it looks because you know, we gimmicked the string a little bit to be like cloth instead of like actual, you know, plexi, whatever the fuck it is. Oh, look at this crazy asshole. He's enjoying it way too much. He's like, he called me the M word. Get him. You know what? And we did nothing really got botched there, but I would have wanted Nick to call it the first time that I was kind of passed out, and we didn't. So I had to come back to, and we had to do it again. But nevertheless, it all fucking worked out, and you know we got the reaction we wanted too.
Yeah,
You know
definitely,
what I mean?
definitely. Live crowd definitely bought it. They got live crowd bought everything we gave them.
Because I know that like I just had you know I had a lot of concern, just I think the way all of us did that. You know, because we weren't deathmatch guys, uh, and you know, it wasn't really our forte, so to speak. That either number one, the crowd was going to shit on it, or just maybe that it wasn't going to turn out great. You know, like certainly a 4-way with us guys would have been great, but we just weren't sure. Cage of Death, that's a big responsibility.
Yeah.
But you know, I think was it Drew that came up with the concept for it with the bags and all?
Probably.
Do you remember?
Probably.
Yeah, I feel like it was
a lot of the stuff that went on was a lot of y'all ideas. Like I went into it like knowing like what type of stuff I wanted to do. And like I knew that like because I was in there with y'all three, whatever I wanted to do, I could fit it in wherever.
God bless you. He's got the virus, everybody. He's got the Rona.
Yeah, so like I knew I was like, man, like I'm in there with three guys that know what they're doing. So whatever I want to do, we'll be able to fit it in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like at that point, like all four of us were character driven anyway. So we didn't even have to come up with a whole as long as like we did enough stuff that would satisfy enough crazy stuff that would satisfy the live audience.
Right.
We were fine. Aside from that, just play our characters and play to the crowd. So I think I knew it was gonna work out. I knew it because all four of us know how to work.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. And like I said, I love the concept that we did with you know, it just was able to build a lot of suspense to get the weapons and then use the weapons and you know, like we got like a pop at the fucking beginning, just breaking a pane of glass, and we didn't even like nobody even hit it. I just hit it with the baseball bat. You remember?
Yeah.
Like Gulak ducked the shit, and like I was like, all right. And shout out to Blake, by the way, because I'm pretty sure a piece of glass hit him in the face and cut him because he happened.
Know
I think so. I think so. But he's fine. He's fine. Screw him. Yeah, dude. We fucking you know, it's been a long fucking road, you know. You and I have been down with I mean, certainly other companies as well. I mean, we've just been talking about CZW, but we worked for a lot of other places together. You and I had one of our first sort of big singles at Chikara, I think, like Young Lions Cup 2, Young Lions Cup 2, and then 3, I think. Or no, I didn't work you in 3. I didn't work you in number 3. Were you in 3? Do you remember?
I might have been.
I worked you in 2.
It was so long ago.
In 3, I worked Josh Abercrombie in a fucking awesome, surprisingly awesome match as well.
3. I don't think I was in. I think I might have only been in one of them because you know, like usually, like I'll be at a company and then for whatever reason there's a falling out and I'm not there anymore. And
they'll say that you stole somebody's power bar out of their fucking.
Yeah, exactly.
The infamous. That was Mickey Knuckles, right? That somebody said you stole your fucking power bar.
It was that dude Matt Turner.
Fucking Matt Turner.
He said that I stole Mickey Knuckles' power bar, and then everybody just believed it because I was the only black guy in Chikara locker room. So, I was dealing with that nonsense, and Chikara way back then. You know what I'm saying? Crack jokes on the black guy. You know what I'm saying? And then like I would just laugh it off, ha 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 ha. Then they would keep doing it. But then when I stopped tolerating it, that's when all of a sudden I was a problem. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's when all of a sudden the fucking emails stopped coming, the bookings stopped coming.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know, that's how fucking Quack liked. He probably still does. You know, well, not anymore, but you know, he was big on the emails, coordinating all the fucking time.
Yeah, like
But
where
yeah,
he would trash people, you know what I'm saying, and not think that it would get back to people. Like I remember when he was trashing Ruckus. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna tell him. Like the fuck? Of course I'm gonna tell him. You know what I mean?
and what about like probably just smoking weed or something? Like, what would you
He
like?
said
What?
that it was the one year when it was Ruckus, Joker, and Eddie. It was the King of Trios, the year that I think they either won or went to the finals, whatever. And basically, Quack was like, and that was the year I had the broken ankle. So Quack was like, note to Sabian, never get hurt again. Ruckus was there physically, but his mind was somewhere fucking else. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just trash people in emails, and if you got a problem, say it to the person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, things that have come to light recently have exposed people for the characters they fucking really are, man. And you know, obviously, during this COVID time, a lot of shit's happened. Certainly, the speaking out stuff. You know, and all of it, you know, justified, man. You know,
Yep.
it's time for this fucking shit to change. You know, you just can't. You know, and we were talking about fat fucking DJ earlier, but you know, guys like him, they got to go, man.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
You know, we got to make pro wrestling a place where people actually want to work again. And but you know, like all in all,
Yeah, it's because it's like a bunch of nerds, a bunch of cowards in their real life. You know what I'm saying? They get into the fake world of professional wrestling and they have a position of power, so they think that they can, you know what I'm saying, treat people bad. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that.
they abuse it. Yeah, they take that opportunity to abuse the power. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And
Yep.
it's fucking gross. But you know,
It always happens. Like say like somebody is a clown in their real life, right? But they go to these different companies and they're the top guy for whatever reason. Maybe they were doing
right.
favors, you know what I'm saying, working for free or whatever, but now they're in a position of power where they can recommend people to come in, you know what I'm saying? So they abuse that, you know what I'm saying? So people that they feel threatened by, you know what I'm saying, they don't want them in the same company with them. They want to have all the influence, you know what I'm saying? And then when somebody that they don't like comes into that company, all the like that person is more influential than them and they can't handle it. And instead of saying, all right, cool, let's make money together, they just want to keep these people out. It's the story of my life in the wrestling business.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, yeah.
People feel threatened, so they don't want me to be in these companies.
Exactly, man. And you know, the fact that indie wrestling is called independent wrestling, you know, it just always struck a chord with me because like I learned obviously along the way like you did that oh okay most people in this business are just out for themselves. You know what I mean? And especially when you take it to like you were just saying the fact that the business used to be comprised of like just like fucking big athletes, man. Like it was just like bodybuilders, athletes, Olympic athletes, Olympic wrestlers. Like it used to be comprised of like that type of person. And then, right. You know, from the time like throughout the 90s and then, you know, the time that we trained and came up in the business, that all went away and it became athletic fucking nerds. You know what I mean? Like people that were picked on, people that were bullied, just marks of the business. You know what I mean? That grew up to do it. And guess what? I'll throw my fucking name in that hat to some degree. You know what I mean? Like I was definitely a fan of wrestling. Grew up, and then did it. It wasn't ever really the biggest guy in stature or nothing like that either. You know what I mean? But you know, and that's just I don't know. Like that's just the difference that I observe. From the 80s and 90s to today, like the whole culture has been taken over by fucking nerds, man. Yeah. Like from the referees to the commentators to the workers, and it's just, you know, I don't know. It's just kind of fucking ruined it a little bit, you know. But
Definitely, I agree.
But who knows, man? Like, who knows what's even left out there, and who knows what's even gonna be. Like, because I don't know about you, man. I don't know if I would want to pursue pro wrestling if I knew that my options were perform at WWE in front of screens or perform in front at AEW in front of, I don't even know what, a couple hundred people. I don't know how many they allow in there. You know what I mean? Like, without that live element, the future of pro wrestling is a little fucking wonky for me, you know?
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Like, I don't miss it. Like, I don't miss the actual wrestling part.
Sure.
What I miss about it, like, aside from like seeing people like that I've become friends with over the years,
Sure.
seeing them at shows, which is the only time I would see them. Aside from that, because I do miss that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of cats in the rest of the business that, you know what I'm saying, you become actual friends with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they're in your circle. But aside from that, the only thing I'm missing about wrestling is like the promos, the pissing the audience off. You know what I'm saying? The
Right.
going out there in front of an audience and actually trying to be a hated bad guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it
Right.
working. I
Yeah.
miss that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, aside
For
from that,
sure.
I'm good.
Yeah, and I think that's why, like, in the last probably 4 years since leaving the business, I've gravitated towards like stand up a little bit. I haven't done any stand up or anything like that, but just I've enjoyed watching a lot of stand up because in a lot of ways it's the same type of shit that we do.
Right.
Instead of jokes, it's moves and spots, and you're trying to captivate an audience and take them on a little roller coaster ride, and
Yeah.
and there's an exclamation point at the end usually. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? But that harkens more to what you were saying about missing the promo aspect of it and just being a public speaker, really.
Yeah. So, cause I love talking. Like when I started, I used to be scared of like having to do promos, and then once I
Yeah, we
started,
all were.
yeah, like then once I started like started doing them and like focusing on them and felt that I was getting good. That was my thing. So like that's the only thing I'm really missing. Like, and it's like a real good feeling when you're at a show and for the most part the audience, they think they know it all. You know what I'm saying? And
Oh
they
yeah.
can't be they feel like they can't be worked. Then I go out there as a bad guy and they throw all of their nonsense at me thinking that I'm going to crumble, and I end up pissing them off, which is my job. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then like they
Yeah.
hate my guts and it feels good. And then they act and then they think that the character is me 24/7 when it's not. And it's even funnier when like people that are in the business, you know what I'm saying, who they base their thoughts on me on what they might have heard I did at a show with the camera on and character. And I'm like, yo, bro, we in the same business. Why are you in the business if you're gonna like assume? Like, that's another thing that's always happened. Like, people just be assuming like, he's a real asshole. You know,
Dude,
it's like
speaking of
it's
that,
crazy, bro. Like, I've lost bookings because of that. And I'm like,
yeah.
I was doing what I was supposed to do in character. Like, really? Why are you in the business if you're going, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, no,
And I
but
and I
all I
and I
was
know you've dealt with that too.
Oh, of course, of course, and you've actually said that about me before. Like when Danielle was going around and getting like clips of people to just say stuff about me when I was retiring in my last match, you actually said that. You were like, I think people over the years took my character a little too serious, and like fans kind of thought that that's who I was because I was a little too good at being the heel. You know what I mean? Hang on, what's this? She said, Danielle says I'm definitely afraid of Jeez. No, you're not. You know he's a gentle giant, you liar.
There you go, giant. I like that.
Yeah, see, I talked you up because I wouldn't fucking do that to you. Now what fuck? See, goddamn CTE. I was gonna say something else about what you were just saying. What were you were just talking about?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
the
ba- it, yeah,
promos
it,
and
it's
getting people after you and so on and so forth. Fuck. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
no,
remember.
it's basically people will assume that heel persona is the
Oh
actual
right.
person.
Oh
So
right,
like
right, right.
so like they'll be like, well, I don't want to book this person my fans don't like him. Well,
Yeah.
is he a good guy or a bad guy? He's a bad guy. Your fans not supposed to like him. Yeah, but they're gonna start coming to shows. No, they're not, because
Yeah.
they like because they want to come to the show to boo the bad guys. Like,
I think I know what I was gonna say now. I was gonna talk about the time that I photoshopped a gun into your hand.
Oh
And
yeah,
you,
yeah. I
like,
remember that.
Sammy texted me and he was like, "Yo, like the whole fucking Impact locker room thought that was real." You know what I mean? Like, I guess like I worked everybody. Like the shit was so good, I worked everybody. But you know how that fucking locker room is.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty
Hey,
much.
hey, I'm not afraid to say it. It's a little fucking weird how sometimes people will tell you that they can't get you a job, but it seems like they can get everybody's wives and girlfriends jobs. It's pretty interesting. But that's me saying that, not Black Jeez.
Yeah, well, as far as Impact Wrestling, I feel that I'm not there because people there feel threatened by me. I mean, that's what it is. Because you can't say that I'm not talented enough. You can't say that at all.
No,
You can't.
no,
So
no.
it's got to be someone doesn't want me there because they feel threatened.
That's
You know
weird.
what I mean? I
That
could
is
probably draw you a picture of people that feel threatened by me.
But but before we take it home or anything like that, I definitely wanted to ask you. I mean, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but whether things quote unquote get back to normal or not, what do you think the future of Black G's and pro wrestling is? How long you think you want to keep doing it, and what's the goals at this point?
I mean, I still like, the thing is, like, I like, wrestling is something to where like I can be creative, you know what I mean? And I love performing. You know what I'm saying? So like there's times when I don't want anything to do with wrestling anymore. But then
Sure,
I'll have like this burst of inspiration and motivation, and I want a platform to where more people can see it. So like at this point, I just want closure, and I want to go out on my own terms. So I would want a good run in a company that has TV. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
sure.
Like that's it. Just so that I'm on the biggest platform possible to showcase what I've been saying for years for people to see it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a couple concepts that I want to get the opportunity to do. Like there's a concept with involving myself, Joker, and Homicide that
All right.
I'd love to be able to have a platform to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's it. Like, I just want a TV run. That's it. So I can get my
Yeah,
closure and I can just bounce. You know, like
absolutely. And
I never had any goals of doing anything behind the scenes with wrestling. It's just always in front of the camera performing. So yeah.
sure.
So basically, all I want is closure. That's it.
Yeah, man. You and I, we suffer from the same sickness, dude. And like, guys like us tend to gravitate towards each other because we find each other in these creative outlets that we choose to go down. You know what I mean? And so I definitely understand what you mean because for the first probably year that I was, retired or had quit the business, so to speak, I still felt like I was a wrestler. You know what I mean? Because I was still on social media. I still had the same group of friends. I still was following kind of what was going on in different companies and this and that. So it was still well, am I still this or not? You know what I mean? So like
Right.
you still feel the pull, but I got to a point where it's like, okay, I'm not going back to that. Like I physically can't go back to that. I mentally don't want to go back to that. So, I don't know. You definitely got to draw the line somewhere, but
Yeah.
that's what I did. But yeah, like I said, I was just curious what you were thinking, and your final thoughts on that. But where can people follow you these days on the socials and all that?
Twitter, Instagram, everything is G's215. So like if you're interested in following me, you know what I'm saying, seeing what I'm up to or whatever, it's G's215.
Definitely do that. And while you're doing that, while you're following G's, send a tweet off to your favorite top wrestling promotion and tell them what the fuck you think. Tell them that you should be working there. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't make it be me and him all the time, because then we look like a bunch of jerk offs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Appreciate that, bro.
No sweat, man. But definitely thanks for joining me tonight. It's crazy it took so many episodes to have you on, but it is what it is. I'm glad you finally obliged. So thanks for doing that, man. But thanks for joining us, folks. Hope you had a great time. And if not, you can go fuck yourself.